Why do people watch porn? Why is it such a thing? Why do we see thousands, if not millions, of different pornographic content, media, splayed all over the internet? It's everywhere. Let's talk about it a little bit, because I'm going to be honest, you already know my story, but if you don't, my name is Esther Joy. Yeah, girl, Esther Joy likes to talk about love, light, joy, and peace, and today we're going to be talking about porn. Why is this a thing? What's going on? So what is porn? Let's start off with the description, okay? Pornography is something that I guess is Greek. It means like pretty much just writings about a prostitute. Like, to put it quite simple. So we have different media that we can see this in: writing, photo, video, you name it, it's out there. Okay, great, we got that settled. Now let's talk about why we see so many humans. Obviously, the first reason is that it's just human nature. It's called survival. It's called making sure that we don't go extinct. It's a part of our innate being to make sure that we breed, we procreate, we multiply our seeds onto the earth so that there are more of us, so that we can survive. Life can be easier, that's mainly what it's for. That's what sex is for anyways. And porn, when we think about it, now a prostitute, that's an interesting one. Now there's a couple things, there's a lot of things that we're going to break down. Hopefully this will give you more insight on maybe your own behaviors in relationship with porn, and it will help you to create more healthy connections and relations with your sexual energy. With that being said, I actually have a mini course coming out. It's going to be a group mentoring program, and it's coming out in 10 days, so you better hop on it while it's live right now. But you can, of course, always get the replay, the link in the description below. It's the Porn Reprogramming Mastery mini course, so it's going to be pretty intense. It's going to be pretty awesome, and it's really made for those that are struggling with just this, figuring out why it's so hard for them to have discipline when it comes to porn, and using their sexual energy in a creative, productive, and passion-filled way. All right, so let's just move on now, and let's talk a little bit about what's going on here. So we just looked at the definition. Porn is pretty much musings of prostitutes. Now, that doesn't really sound very good, and that's just the origin of where it comes from. Of course, we can say that it's grown from those times, but okay, let's stick with that for a moment. Okay, let's just think about the word porn. Okay, so porn in itself is something really interesting. Food porn, nail porn, there's nature porn. Now, why do we see, first off, everybody saying, normal things and then porn? It's because of the stimulation that it causes one to feel. It really is so sensual in the way that these images are depicted, or media is depicted, that it gives you this tingly feeling, even if it's not something remotely sexual, such as food. Maybe I know I've been guilty of watching food porn many times. It's just the cheese pulls and the way they just sprinkle on top that green Italian season. It's just orgasmic, right? Okay, so let's just talk about it a little bit, right? So this is also a part of our beings. I think a lot of us find pleasure, and that pleasure, when it's brought to our attention in such a way and amplified, supernormal stimuli, we can almost call it porn. Now, what I find really interesting, and before I go too much on a tangent about the wording of porn, let's go back to this idea. So it's media depicting erotic, sensual, intimate scenes. Okay, great. I don't know about intimate, but let's just go with it for now. Okay, so let's just look at this from an energetic standpoint. Okay, so you have this, so porn is generally associated with our sacral chakra. And well, not porn itself, that could be the throat as well, which makes sense because you're creating and showing these things to others. But let's just talk about it for a moment. So, your sacral chakra, as you may know, it governs your sense of creativity. It is where your inner child lies. It is where your imagination runs most wild and flows most freely. As I'm saying these things, when we look at porn, we see that there's so much of it created in so many different ways, and dare I say, some of them are pretty creatively done. So people are using their sacral chakra to, show these vulnerable parts of themselves. The inner child comes through with the different kinks, the things that turn them on, aka they feel very intimately connected to. It could be an idea, it could be a thing, it could be a situation. Whatever it is, this is what your inner child craves. It feels nurtured, it feels heard, it feels seen, and most importantly, it feels connected to. And so when you see there, that's another story about kinks, but let's stay on topic right now. All right, focus. The energy that we feel right now is this it's like accumulation of all of this sexual energy, all of this sexual attention, all of this creation force. It is being directed in a certain way. Where is that energy being directed to? Well, porn is just it's the byfactor of people being inspired by their sexual musings. I don't know if I said that right. You know what I mean. And so we see this massive creativity. But is it always directed in the best way? Now, that's another question. So, whenever we use sexual energy, it's going to create something. It could create a child, it could create a product, it could create a video. It's up to you and your intention and your attention with how it's used. I strongly believe that some of the most creative souls out there have some of the highest sexual energy. And it's about how they hone in on it. So, all right, so we talked a little bit about porn, and we talked a little bit of creation force energy. Let's dive a little bit deeper. Why is it so hard for people to get hard without watching porn? Well, that's because we've created a codependent relationship on it that kind of numbs our own creative imagination, fantasy world, inner child. And it replaces it with this artificially created stage or play that has, let's be honest, quite frankly, a horrible plot and doesn't actually fulfill that intimate need that our inner child has. It's not actually connecting in the way that is fulfilling. In fact, usually watching porn, at the end, you feel kind of drained, ashamed that you even looked at such things, and overall, just kind of like depressed, filthy, disgusted. The list can go on and on. I mean, sure, there are people that watch it and they feel great, and that's good. It's your life. Do what you will. You're only on earth for so long. And it's so interesting because this is, again, something so taboo that even though, dare I say, everybody or a majority of people have watched porn, it's something rarely discussed just because of its sensitive nature, which I absolutely understand because there are a lot of fucked people in this world, quite literally, and it's kind of messed up some of the time. So you have to practice caution, respect, and discernment with how you communicate and express your sexual energy. All right. The other thing is that there's always another party, and this is a craving for intimacy and belonging that we as humans just have, especially with the pandemic, when Pornhub, OnlyFans, and pretty much every other porn website out there increased in consumption over 70%. That means when we started isolating, people started turning to porn to make themselves feel like they were still interacting and feel like they belonged, and the sense of intimacy that they would have gotten with creating holistic and healthy bonds with other people was removed. So they felt this need to look outward to porn, to the screen, to find what they were looking for. And it's really convenient. You can find a lot. And I'm pretty sure a lot of it, you can probably agree, is illegal. And I'm sure there's a lot that is also legal. So, working again with discernment. We as humans have created this. It's a natural part of our being. But why, may I ask, do you feel like trash after? You shouldn't, especially when we're talking about the inner child and creation force. A lot of the times that's because you know that you should use that energy for something else, but you're draining it because, let's be honest, the convenience factor and that yearning for intimacy, it usually is the easiest thing to do. You need to be aware. You need to look yourself in the mirror. What I had to do is I had to really task walkthrough. I had to record myself. I had to journal. What's happening before? What's triggering this? What's happening during? How do I feel during? What thoughts am I thinking? What's happening after? How do I feel after? And really, really reflect on these, because you'll find out more than likely you're doing it out of convenience, and it's not even filling the hole in your soul that you are looking to fulfill. You have, and if you have a lot of sexual energy, you're supposed to use it, but not by watching porn. Okay, maybe for some of you to make it for yourself, but I'm just going to stop that sentence right there before we go on a tangent. I'm not telling anybody to do that. But you should use your energy to create something. For me, I love drawing. I love singing. It's you find something to create, okay? Maybe you like carpentry. Maybe you like to create puzzles or toys or games. Whatever it is, create. Use that energy for what you are here to do. Because guess what? Every ounce of your sacral, your life force energy can create so much life. If you choose to pour it down a drain, then just know what you're doing. But it has such potential to improve your life, to bring so much passion to your life, to really spark something within you that can not only inspire a better way of thinking and being for yourself, but impact others as well. And not only that, you will intimately connect with others through your creations. Yes, if you are a singer, by creating a song, you can intimately connect with others through your creations. So using that energy to really create something that will, again, fill the hole in your soul and create intimate connections with others in a healthy way, that's what we're all here for. Don't let, like, the first Pornhub, all the porn, it was like Hollywood produced it. It's like, if you know anything about Hollywood, they're just trying to farm your energy and your attention. They don't care about you. Sorry. And if, again, this is not to throw any hate or judgment. We've all been there, but we're at the chapter. We learned better. And we are growing so that we can actually use our own energy to help us and help others and bring more life into the world, because there's so many problems I'm seeing. And porn is just a small part of the overall problem that just comes through because we're lustful in nature. And this leads to a lot of problems, I could go on and on about it, it sucks. But being able to hone in on this energy, which is some of the most difficult energy to control, just because of, again, the nature of the sacral is the element is water. You can't really just hold water in your hands. You can't really just hone it. You need to have a container to pour it into. If your container right now is watching porn and jerking off alone in your room, then maybe it's time to look a little bit deeper and find something a little bit more fulfilling, because I'm here to tell you that that container of porn has a hole in it and it's going to continue to drain. It will never be full. And you do have an amazing cup, right within you that is yearning to be full of this love that only you can give it, only you can pay attention to and pour into. And it will fulfill not only you and your inner child, but so many others. So again, I just wanted to share this video to let you know that, why porn? Next time you feel the urge, ask yourself why and see what comes up. I'm really curious to hear. And again, if you're interested in joining this mini course, you gotta hop on it right now because it's only gonna be live for so long. Of course, the mini course is always gonna be there. The replay is gonna be there. But if you want to do live with some amazing souls and really get the full accountability and vulnerability and connection that comes with doing a group mentorship portal, then hop in it. It's gonna be amazing. And I'm really looking forward to just dive a lot more deeper as we reprogram our minds to really get the most out of our creation force energy and bring so much more life to the planet. So thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed, all right? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, all right? Keep them PG, though, you know what I mean, all right? If you are PG, though, then, that's kind of... You probably shouldn't be watching this, but anyways, enjoy the rest of your day.